Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Good to have you here. If you're new, my name is Jordan. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 key takeaways that I got from meditating for about 2 years straight. It's something I still continue to do, and just kind of give you an understanding as to the benefits that came from it, but also just how to get started if this is something that you wanted to do yourself, and kind of the reason why I did it in the first place, right? You hear a lot about meditation. It's almost kind of become trendy at this point, but this was more of a way to really just gather myself and to understand more about who I was as a human being, right? And that was kind of where things kicked off, right? I was very unhappy with where I was in life. I was really just not in a good place, right? That's kind of just to, cut a long story short. I wasn't in a good place, and I wanted to figure out a way to start to take more control over my life, right? So I looked at what are successful people doing? Like, I was asking myself, like, what are successful people doing? People who have a lot of money, people who are very happy, people who have abundance, all these different things that I didn't really have myself. I was looking at, okay, how can I mimic these people, right? Because I heard from Tony Robbins one time that success leaves clues. It's a very simple quote, but it's profound, right? And if you just follow what successful people are doing, it is inevitable that you can eventually at least get yourself on the same path, and also eventually get there. So I started to look at what were successful people doing, and I did a lot of research. I looked at different people's routines, different people's daily habits, all that stuff you find in the whole personal development space, right? And I came across this interesting stat, right, which was basically like, I don't know the exact numbers, but there was like 80% or 85% of every successful person out there. When I say successful, I mean financially successful, living a fulfilling life, happy, famous, celebrity, that kind of thing, right? 80 to 85% of them had a daily meditation and mindfulness practice, which I thought was very interesting. All of them had different things that they were doing, like different skills. Some were good at marketing, some were good at business, some were good at art, some were good at, acting, all these different things. But the common thing between all of them was that they all had a daily meditation and mindfulness practice. So I thought that was very, very interesting. And I was like, cool. It's probably a good place to start, right? So I was looking at, okay, how can I just get started with this? I started looking up different ways to do this, and obviously you start to look at everything in the personal development space, everything from semen retention to NoFap to all these other things, and going to the gym. Obviously, I was actually already going to the gym, which was good, so I had that kind of down, like that was something I was doing already. But I wanted to explore more of the personal development side of things, go into all of that when it came to semen retention, like I said, and also NoFap and all that other stuff that's in the personal development space, right? And I was looking at meditation as well, and I was just trying to figure out how to do it online, and eventually just came across this app called Calm, right? It's like €50 or $50 per year, so very, very affordable. And I just started using that because it has guided meditations. So these are my biggest takeaways from going ahead and doing that. And yeah, let's kick things off. So the first thing was really that the realization that we are not our thoughts. And really just the best way to think about this is that, we all have self-talk. We all have a lot of noise in our minds, right? We all have a lot of things that we say to ourselves. And if we actually took note of the things that we say to ourselves, right, we would realize that we don't talk to ourselves in a very positive way a lot of the time, right? And this comes from self-talk that's inflicted by other people, but also just from the media and your comparison on social media, all that other stuff that is causing these things and causing this judgment that we have on ourselves, right? And if you don't acknowledge that for what it is, it's very difficult to separate yourself from it. And that's one of the biggest things that affected me, right? I was comparing myself to everyone. I was putting myself down even when I was doing well. And it was like this kind of toxic thing that I was in, and I didn't realize I was in it until I started meditating. I started to take a step back and realize that the thoughts that I have are just the thoughts that I have. I don't know where they came from, but I don't have to associate with them. I kind of just started to think of them as passing clouds. They're not something that I have to latch onto, because it's only when you latch onto them, you start to become that thought, and it starts to form into your reality, which is pretty crazy, because your thoughts create your beliefs about yourself or the world, right? Those beliefs cause you to take certain actions depending on those beliefs, right? And those actions show up as results in your life, which is another thing that I came across in like all of this learning, right? And that meditation really just helped me take a step back and be like, okay, cool. The thoughts that I'm having, not really sure where they came from, but I'm not going to associate with them. I'm going to train my mind to bring my focus back and to realize that they are just thoughts. And like, if you think about this, right, I got this from The Power of Now, this book, right? If you ask yourself when you are overthinking and when you feel like things are getting overwhelming for you, right? If you ask yourself, what is my next thought? it completely interrupts the pattern that you're in, right? Maybe you're on a downward spiral. You know, sometimes you can start to think negative things and you go on a downward spiral. If you ask yourself, what is my next thought? It will stop that process, because you start to think about, well, what is my next thought? And it will just interrupt that downward spiral that you're currently on. Thought that was very good. It's something I definitely use. I would recommend to do it. I got it from the book called The Power of Now. Great book. Definitely check it out. So that's the first thing. Disassociating from the thoughts that we have. I thought that was very, very profound, had a huge impact on my life. The second thing that I found was that I was less reactive in daily life, right? Because meditation itself, it's a long-term game, right? It really is a long-term game. You're not going to sit down, meditate for 10 minutes, get up and feel like you're God or whatever, right? You're not going to feel like the effects straight away. It really comes from doing this over time, and eventually it starts to creep up into your daily life. And that's where you start to see the effects. And this is something I didn't realize, but as I stayed consistent with it, I was like, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to stay consistent with it. I'm going to see, because I heard that, all of these benefits that came from it. 85% of successful people do it. I was like, I got to figure this out, right, and do it and just commit to it, right? So I did that. It was difficult in the beginning, of course, but I just stuck with it. And I started to realize that, I used to be a very reactive person, right? Someone would say something, I would kind of lash out, I would be angry, I would kind of get my emotions all like up in a bunch, right? And I would react rather than thinking about a response, right? And how to actually correctly respond to the best way to actually get through the conversation or the situation or whatever the case was. And as a man, especially in this world, especially if you're trying to run a business, being reactive is probably going to be the worst possible thing that you could be, right? So before I even started in business or anything like that, I wanted to make sure that these things were things that I solved, right? And meditation was a big part of that. So being less reactive, I found that I started to become automatic, right? Which is pretty crazy. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but if there was something that came up, there was conflict, or there was something that was bothering me, I would just automatically remember my meditation, remember the process that I used to follow, which is basically just focusing on, let's say, a breath, focusing on something in your atmosphere. Maybe if you have your eyes open, some people meditate with their eyes open, but you can do it with your eyes closed, focus on your breath, and you just bring your focus back to the breath, because you're going to get distracted. Your mind's going to go weird places. You're going to start thinking crazy stuff, because it's always going to be moving and that's never going to stop. But the more you just get used to bringing your attention back, the more impact it has on your life. And this started to happen to me when conflict started to arise, right? I would automatically just take a step back and think about what I was going to say. And I was calm. I was just much calmer. I wasn't like lashing out. And I think this was a combination of a lot of other things that I did in my life as well, like diet and exercise and all these different things that complemented, but it mainly came from meditation specifically. So that's the next thing. So the first thing was realizing that we are not our thoughts, and that they don't have ownership over us, and we actually, have power to change our minds very easily if we just acknowledge that. And the next thing then is that you become less reactive, and you just respond much better to conversations, situations, and conflict that arises, which is very beneficial as a man or even as a woman, especially when you're running a business, because you need to have that. And the last benefit that I got was basically understanding and getting more clarity on who I wanted to become. Because as we talked about in the first point and the second point, you're naturally going to be calmer. You're naturally going to be a person who is more responsive rather than reactive. You're not letting your thoughts, overtake you. You're in control, right? You're in control of the most powerful thing that you have, right? Your mind, or at least you have some control over it. And from that, I got a lot more clarity on who I wanted to be, right? I realized and I saw myself for what I was, and separated myself in a way where I could look at myself in the third person and actually see that, okay, this is something I'm good at, this is something I'm not so good at, this is something I need to work on, this is something I need to, maybe do less of, and then kind of look at things from a third person and really start to dive deeper into personal development and build the character that I wanted to become, because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't happy with where I was, and just meditating every day is not going to solve that. You have to have other things that are going to be combined in this as part of your personal development. But this was a big thing because it gave me that clarity, right? I could realize that I'm not the person that was going on in my mind, which caused me so much stress and agony, right? I realized that wasn't me, and that gave me space to create, right? Space to create the person that I wanted to become. And from there, I just kind of went down a couple of different rabbit holes when it came to designing your dream character, like the person you want to be, and all of these other things, like I talked about earlier in the video, like semen retention, getting better in the gym, doing things outside of your comfort zone. And I just got addicted to doing those type of things. Like, I got really enthusiastic about personal development, right? And I just started to love it, and I started to love becoming better, and that was like a big thing that I unlocked in myself. And since then I've just kept pushing with it, and business has been like a part of that as well, you know. So because I truly believe that like your business is just a representation of your personal development, because again, you are your business up until, you know, you are a big multinational company, for example, but you are your business, and if your personal development isn't up to that par, then you won't get the same results that you would from someone else would, who has done more work on themselves, because they have more clarity in their thinking, you know, they're less reactive, more responsive, those things that I mentioned, right? So yeah, they're the three biggest takeaways that I got. So if you're someone who's thinking about meditating or thinking about, you know, going down that rabbit hole, I would definitely recommend doing it. It's not something that's going to be easy. It's not something you're going to see, you know, direct results from, because, you know, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning it's difficult, right? You're going to sit down, your mind's going to be racing, you're going to think that you're doing it wrong, even though you're not, because meditating, you can't really do it wrong, right? You're sitting with your thoughts, you're just acknowledging them for what they are. And, you know, if you just focus on, okay, every time I get distracted, every time my thoughts take me to what I'm going to be doing later on today, that thing that I should have said, that thing that I should have done, thing that you have to do later on, all these things are going to come up. It's completely normal. Just let it be. Just let them be there, right? They don't have to have ownership over you, right? And the more you detach from that, it's just practicing that every single day. That's actually just all it is, right? There's no big, huge secret to it, right? That's really all that it comes down to, is just realizing that those thoughts are thoughts, sitting with them, being in silence, and allowing them to just be there, right? Allowing them to pass like clouds, not associating with them unless you want to associate with them. You have control over that. I would definitely recommend doing a guided one, because it's quite easy to do that. You know, you can just have someone tell you, like, do this and breathe. And once you start doing that, it gets very easy. You can just do it by yourself, and you'll actually start to enjoy it, because you see the benefits show up in your life. And again, you start to form a habit like that. The reason that I was able to do it for so long and continue to do it is just because I formed a habit. Like, for me to wake up now and not meditate, it feels weird. Like, it feels like I'm doing, there's something that I just haven't done, and I get a weird feeling. And that's where you really want to get to, because if you get to that point with any habit, then you know you're going to stay consistent with it. So that's everything for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you are thinking about meditation, absolutely go for it. If you have any questions on it, let me know in the comments below. And you know, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one.